Christmas is coming, and to kick off the season, I wanted to share with you 3 keto-friendly stuffing recipes for you to choose and enjoy. Now, for some of you who don't have a very adventurous palate, you'd just be happy just to have stuffing this year, I will leave a link to a traditional stuffing recipe for you in the description box, and then I'll have a little paragraph telling you how to keto-fy it. Just a few tips about the recipes in this video. The cooking applications, as in baking or frying, are all interchangeable, and the way you use your breadcrumbs or croutons is interchangeable as well. Also, if you do not eat bacon or pork for religious reasons, you can do vegetarian, you can have a plain tasting meat like turkey or chicken, and you don't have to stick to my recipe. You can alter it as you like and according to your taste. And yes, if you want me to share more ideas for keto stuffing, please do let me know in the comments. The nutritional information, your shopping list, and the traditional recipe for keto stuffing will be in the description box. Let's get into the recipe now. Okay, for this recipe, I'm going to be using croutons. So in a greased baking tray, I'm just going to lightly toast 200 grams for about 5-10 minutes. And by the way, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. While your croutons or breadcrumbs are toasting, prepare the rest of the ingredients. So set your burners to a medium heat and add or heat up 2 tablespoons of olive oil or avocado oil, 60 grams of unsalted butter, there's something about butter melting that is just so delicious. Next, you're going to add 200 grams of diced bacon. You can use any type of bacon that you want. And if you don't want to use bacon, you can use some kind of bland meat. Okay, I'm just going to saute this a little bit. I've just stirred the bacon into the oil and butter, and now I'm going to add 30 grams or 1/3 of a cup of diced onion. And we're going to let this cook until your meat is browned and your onions are at least translucent. Oh, it smells insane. At this point, you will have plenty of oil/butter in your mixture. And you can see also that I've got the perfect hue of brown on my bacon, and the rest of the ingredients just go all in at once. So this is going to go real quick. Got a tablespoon of crushed garlic. You can use garlic powder too if you want. 2 teaspoons of ground coriander or cilantro. 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon zest. Tablespoon of fresh oregano. You can use dried if you want to. And fresh thyme, 1 tablespoon, and a tablespoon of chopped parsley. Parsley is really good for you. It's rich in fiber. And 80 grams of chopped cherries. Now these were frozen. I just had them defrosted. If you buy fresh cherries, you're going to have to soften them a little bit first. And guys, look how gorgeous this is. So exciting. And this is done even before my croutons are toasted. That's how fast this went. Okay, and when your croutons are toasted, Just add them to your mixture. If you are planning to make your stuffing ahead, which I strongly advise you doing, you don't have to add your croutons just yet. You can just make your mixture, let it cool down completely, and store it in your freezer until whenever you're ready to have stuffing. Now I'm going to mix this all together. And the extra butter that we added earlier is really going to help blend in and coat your croutons. I've added half of it to a large ramekin, and now I'm just garnishing with some grated lemon zest, a little bit of parsley, just to make it look colorful and festive. I love how the flavors have sunk into the croutons. The croutons have also softened a little bit. It's kind of like grilled bread. And there's a sweetness from the cherries with the flavor of the bacon and the other herbs. It is just so different, but really Christmassy and festive. For this recipe, I'm going to be using breadcrumbs, 200 grams of them. So quite simply, you can crumb your bread in a food processor or just do a fine chop. "10 seconds and it's done." And look, you get perfect breadcrumbs. And 200 grams of breadcrumbs equates to about 2.5 cups of breadcrumbs. And now we're going to toast this. So I'm placing it on a lined baking sheet and just spreading it as much as I can. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to toast this for about 10 minutes, toss it, and then toast for another 5. While your breadcrumbs are toasting, we're going to quickly prepare the rest of the ingredients. To set your burners to a medium heat, and I'm just going to lightly toast 1 1/3 cup of chopped pecans or pecans. You want to not completely toast your pecans or pecans because this is still going to cook in the rest of your stuffing. Set it all to one side and add 2/3 cup of butter. And when your butter has melted, add 1 1/3 cup of diced bacon and 1/3 of a cup of diced onion. Cook until your onions are translucent. Add a tablespoon of garlic and a tablespoon of fresh rosemary, preferably. If you can't get fresh, use dried. And this is 1 1/2 cups of grated pumpkin. Now, there's about 12 carbs in 1 1/2 cups of pumpkin. So if you want to reduce the carb count, remember that 12 grams of carbs is spread over your servings. So if you want to reduce it, just use 1 cup and add to your stuffing. Mix that all together. It's only going to take a couple of minutes for your pumpkin to cook, and when that's softened, add the breadcrumbs, turn off the heat, and mix that all up. Just toss it in like that. Oh my goodness. Definitely just a hint of pumpkin there, and it's very gentle flavors, and even with the breadcrumbs, it provides a softer texture than what the croutons would. So if you have sore gums or sore mouth, do use breadcrumbs instead. Just one tip, you can add a teaspoon of pumpkin spice to your mixture just to intensify that pumpkin and pecan flavor. For this Italian sausage stuffing, we're actually going to make stuffing balls. So set your burners to a medium heat. And add 2 tablespoons of a keto approved oil and let it heat up. I've got here Italian sausage that I've decased and I've just chopped it up into smaller pieces. I'm going to fry that. And when your sausage meat is almost cooked, add 1/3 cup of diced onion and let that saute until your onions are translucent. And now we're going to put Christmas into these sausages. We're going to add 1/2 cup of chopped, unsweetened dried cranberries. You can chop them up if you want to or not. 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, ground allspice. And 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped sage. Stir that in. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And when your sausage meat has a bit of browning on it, your stuffing is ready. The smell, oh my goodness, this is definitely one to try. Remove the filling with a slotted spoon so that your oil can remain in the pan. And look, it's your choice. You can add toasted breadcrumbs to this and just have it like that, or toasted croutons. But I wanted to show you how to make stuffing balls. To a bowl, add 2 eggs and lightly beat that. And then to my plate, I'm adding 1 cup of breadcrumbs. They're not toasted or anything. And to your breadcrumbs, add 1/2 cup of shredded or grated Parmesan cheese and just mix that together. Okay, set your burners to a medium to low heat. I'm adding 1/3 cup of butter just to give me more oil to fry in. Add the beaten eggs to your bread cheese mixture and swirl it around. Once you've mixed your eggs in, add the stuffing and mix that in as well. You need the cheese and the egg so that it's a kind of a glue. Making sure you have enough breadcrumbs. I just grab a handful, just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until you can form a ball. This is how my Italian stuffing balls turned out. I'm quite happy with them. If you find that your cheese doesn't stick so good, just keep squeezing. They are a little bit delicate, a little bit. Okay, with this one, making the balls was a little bit tricky in that I had to get the mixture to stick together to form a ball. But once you have that down pat, it's so delicious, even as an entree or just a snack. With any stuffing recipe that you make, do taste it at the end to see if you need any adjustments. Some prefer more salt, some prefer less salt. And you can see that I have not got salt anywhere in this recipe. So have a taste and make adjustments. I am going to share the best keto-friendly, sugar-free hot chocolate recipe with you. It's just a short 1-minute video. And I'm telling you, it's even got ground sugar-free chocolate chips in it, so you know it's going to be pretty decadent, and I can't wait for you to try it. Anyway, I wish you a Merry Christmas, and we will see you real soon. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and be well.